Yeah, but, I mean, let's talk in public.
No, we don't talk here. I just made some accusations.
What's that?
The story. Aja.
Yeah, that's what Audra does. She makes accusations to cover her own tracks.
Okay.
Here, let's come down. Let me get some fresh air. Well, since 8:30, once you're parked out of class.
You don't have to tell me that.
Well, I'm sure we don't have an income order, because they realize all that is in violation of my federal rights. I don't know anything about that. Yesterday, I looked at my phone, it looked like my daughter was missing. And
Well, because you're being accused of a crime. Before we talk about it, I do want to read you your rights because I have to.
well, I'm not going to consent to being arrested right now. Okay, she can't have me arrested on hearsay. If you want to charge me with something, then charge me with it. Serve me with papers, and we'll come back. We'll have another trial. We'll have another hearing. We'll have all that.
I'm going to ask you questions about it. I have to read you your rights. Do you want me to go through that?
Or are you guys going to arrest me?
Yeah.
You're going to arrest me.
Based on what I have right now, yes.
How is that possible?
Because I have evidence that you violated the contract.
That's all hearsay.
It's not hearsay because I have evidence. I have call logs that she sent me.
Those are probably fake. She makes them up. She's done it before. Look, I'm going to have to question the validity of any sort of arrest order like that.
Okay. Well, right now you're being arrested on probable cause.
I'll be happy to go do a book and release if that's the case, but it would be illegal for you to arrest me right now.
But you're going to be booked as far as when the release and all that. That's something that happens separate.
Well, then I'm going to need a supervisor. So
Okay.
I'll right here, send a supervisor down, please.
I assume you don't have any weapons on you since you're in the courthouse.
I'll wait for the supervisor, and if you guys want to talk off the record, then let's talk off the record.
You can't talk off the record.
Well, Aja is...
Okay. I will record. Okay. Like, are you related to this at all, or do you need to talk to me?
No, we don't talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're all right.
You guys know that Aja has broken a court order more than 100 times.
Yeah, you guys in custody.
The West Valley Police has ignored. Okay, Aja knows that can be converted to 100 civil charges against her.
And the difference, just, I think you've been explaining this, but the civil side, what I'm here for is the criminal protective orders that have been violated.
Well,
And let me just,
again, that's hearsay. That's a claim. You can't just arrest someone because someone says something or says, "Here's a text message." I can explain.
I'm going to read you your rights.
I'll wait for a supervisor then before you do any reading of rights.
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney and have the attorney present with you while you're being questioned. You can afford an attorney or will be appointed to represent you for any questioning if you wish. You decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand these rights I've explained?
So I'm being detained based on probable cause.
Correct.
Then let's wait for a supervisor.
Okay. I'm going to contact the supervisor because that's just standard of West Valley when we do booking approvals. That being said, I do need you to stand up and put your hands behind your back real quick.
I'm not consenting to that.
Okay. That's fine if you don't.
If you wait, can I use the bathroom first? Okay, so I have
Especially
to
now
pee.
with this interaction we're having.
Well, because you guys are coming in here violating my federal rights as a citizen. You signed an oath to the Constitution, correct?
Yep.
You both signed an oath, okay, to the Constitution of the United States of America. You both signed an oath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Title 42, U.S. 1983. I mean, you guys signed an oath to the Constitution. I have federal rights. You have federal rights. 42 U.S. 1983. You go violating someone's federal rights. There's no immunity. You can be personally liable for that in federal court. So I mean, why bother with cuffs and everything? Let's get a supervisor here. Let's talk about this.
I've talked to my supervisor. He's willing to FaceTime. Would you be okay with that?
No, I think he needs to come here in person. Because you're arresting me on another claim that Aja has a reputation of doing. Yesterday, I thought my daughter called me after not seeing her for 3 weeks. So rather than call back, I sent a message through the system we're supposed to use and said, it looks like Naima Nimmers called me, please let her call back. And that's why I did it. So I don't understand how that is a violation if she called me. It was right, it was like 10 minutes to 5. I looked down at the phone, I had 3 missed calls, and that one was on the 3rd. And so rather than just grab the phone and call back, I thought, okay, it looks like Naima called me. I have federal parent rights that are unalienable. You guys signed an oath to the Constitution. You should know about that. You should know that I have federal parent rights. It's my federal parent right as my daughter's dad. I'm on her birth certificate to make sure she's okay. That's when although I was scared because she's done that before, where she's grabbed her mom's phone, and one morning she grabbed her mom's phone and she called me 3 times, and I missed those calls, and I regretted that ever since. So when I saw that, as much as I wanted to call, I opened up the app that we're supposed to use to communicate, and that was the message I sent. I didn't send a second message. I didn't call. I didn't call police. I didn't do anything. I waited, and there was no call. And so I thought, well, that's part of this then, is I will have to continue waiting. So right then and there, I mean, 42 U.S. 1983, that is a reasonable explanation for whatever violation you were claiming to want to arrest me under. And if you violate that reasonable explanation, that puts you guys on the wrong side of federal law. And it's not your fault. I understand you're here, you're doing everything a well-intending law enforcement officer is supposed to do. But these are the realities of it.
I've read you your rights, but let me explain to you just where I'm working. So there was a protective order served on May 23rd, 2023 that doesn't expire until May 23rd, 2026. And in that protective order, it says there was a hearing also held on May 23rd, 2023. And it was Judge Andrew Stone who issued that protective order in court. It says that you were present for that hearing. It was served in court.
I was not with a Judge Stone. Never.
I'm just
Okay,
tell you what I
well,
have.
that's an example why the order would be questioned, because it's an illegal order.
So as of May 23rd, it has a no contact order. Being the criminal side,
Hold on, let me make sure I write these notes down.
okay. So it has a no contact order, and it says you may talk about parent time through text or email only.
From the May 23rd,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be a mutual no contact order.
But it's
with,
not.
With
You're
the exclusion. Right, I understand it. I know why they
She's
did
the
that.
protected party.
And that there was supposed to be, no contact with the exception of our daughter. However,
Through email.
through
Or text.
or it's called the
Family
our
Wizard
Family
app.
Wizard. Yep. And so we stuck with that. There shouldn't be any phone call logs or anything that happened. As much as Aja wants to believe that the whole world is in love with her, I am not one of those people. You can look through that, and every contact that was supposed to be made
And then
was made.
to add to that, so do you need anything else?
But again, I was never in a hearing with a Judge Frost.
Andrew Stone is what this
Oh
one
wait,
says.
Andrew Stone. Sorry, because we have Judge Faust, but Andrew Stone. I have a tremor from my childhood, so that's why I have shaky hands.
But I mean, all this can be scary and intimidating. I don't blame you.
No,
Whatever that is, that's
I
fine.
have it. My teacher he used to have us use mercury, and so it gave me some nerve damage, and so that's why I have a tremor. And yeah, however, during that time, there was also that we were supposed to be communicating for supervised visits for Naeem. And
And I think I'm good here. Do you mind calling Dylan, Chris? Just briefing him on what we got. That he says he's not going to submit to arrest without a supervisor present. And then just, okay, so that's one of them, but there's two.
but right, and then I was accused of violating that, and that's why
Yeah, this is the second one. So this one, the second one, is a pre-trial. That's what they call it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, get that.
It says pre-trial. Pre-trial.
Hey, so we're getting out with Mr. Brown, and we're just in this one where we could be a call. So, he's interviewing me right now. He's saying that he's being pretty much cooperative. He's saying he's not going to submit to arrest without talking to a supervisor, and he's going to be a supervisor. So I don't know if you want to try to talk to him for FaceTime or...
Right. My job. The first one, this is May 23rd, says no contact.
Oh, yeah.
Sent through text or email. The second one, which was served
Yeah. And we'll play out with it.
7 months later.
Okay.
7 months later says just blatantly no contact. And so we have to operate off the most restricted one because they're both criminal. And then to add to this, let me go a little bit further.
wait, December 28th said no contact?
Yeah, just blatant no contact.
But we still had, we still have the orders for third-party supervisor, and that's,
Yeah, but I'm just saying
and
this.
so I was doing any communication for that through the third-party supervisor. So I've never attempted to call Aja and like have a phone call with her. Her boyfriend, Matt, got a protective order against me, and that was with Judge Pettit. But that has a provision that Matt and I could communicate about our daughter, or about.
But this one
Aja's
is just,
daughter.
you know what, the information I'm working on. So the pre-trial, the pre-trial, December 28th, no contact. It just blatantly says no contact through text, email, phone, social media posts. And
I haven't posted anything about Aja. I haven't
so
called
two
her.
things.
So, yeah.
This one would make,
I haven't driven to her
So I
house.
have him on the phone, he's wanting to know if he talks over speaking.
okay, so a supervisor, it doesn't sound like he's coming down here, but if you'd like to talk to him, he's on the phone.
Well, can I travel to the station and meet with the supervisor there? I'll drive myself.
This is Sergeant Lawrence, he's our supervisor.
Well, again, I think it's fair if you guys are attempting to arrest me that I can wait here until I'm able to have someone come here in person.
Well, me as a law enforcement officer, I can affect this arrest. I'm trying to give you as much info as I can.
Well, I know, but as a U.S. citizen, I'm trying to help you guys understand that this is being done on hearsay, and
But I
it's
just
not.
want to be clear, though, a supervisor's not going to avoid the trip to jail. That's not
And
gonna
also
happen.
just, I know that you're going to tell me you're not and whatnot, but with flight risks and everything else, now you can drive yourself to the station.
okay. Well, how long do I need to wait to have a supervisor come here in person? I believe I'm entitled to that,
Nope.
and
Leave him alone. Sorry.
But it's not hearsay, Michael. What I'm saying is, you can argue
Okay,
the
but-
validity
He
of
was
what I was
speaking.
doing, but that's what courts are.
is it? What's the name?
Sergeant
Hello,
Lawrence.
hello, Mr. German. This is Sergeant Lundquist, West Valley Police. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I'm concerned that there is an order to have me arrested that doesn't seem like it is valid, and I'm questioning the validity of that order.
Not in order, okay? So, I don't know what Detective Brotherson's explained to you, but he has probable cause to believe that you violated a protective order. It's a domestic violence related offense, violation of a protective order, DV, okay?
Okay, but no one's heard my side. But no one's heard my side of the story.
Okay, let me speak, and then you can give your side, okay?
Sure.
he has probable cause to believe that you violated a protective order. It's a misdemeanor offense. It's domestic violence. It's a mandatory arrest in the state of Utah. He has to arrest you if he has probable cause to believe that you violated protective order that's domestic violence related. Okay, go ahead and give me your side.
But how are you defining that probable cause? Because right now, what I understand is it is hearsay, it's a claim. I shared with the officers that the only contact I'm aware of that happened was that, and I am a U.S. citizen, and I understand you're a U.S. citizen, and these two officers are U.S. citizens, and that these officers have also signed oaths to the Constitution of the United States, and that includes enforcing that I have federal parent rights. And yesterday I noticed that it looked like there was a missed call from my daughter at 4:48, and rather than return the call, I used the communication app that was supposed to be for her to send a message that said it looked like Naima called. Please let her call me back. And then I left it at that. I didn't call back. I didn't make a single phone call. I simply, as a parent with federal parent rights, I responded to what appeared to be my child in need, reaching out to me as her dad, and I'm still her dad. I'm still on her birth certificate. And that is a very reasonable explanation as to why that may have occurred, that communication attempt occurred. And US 42.
Okay, let me stop you right there, okay?
No, I need to tell you this.
No, let me stop you right there. No, let me stop you right there and give you our side. Okay? This isn't just about a phone call made yesterday. There's been multiple contacts to your ex-wife. I'm not sure.
There absolutely have not, and that's a reasonable explanation.
That's the evidence. Listen to me.
Then I need to see that.
That's the evidence we were provided. So if he has probable cause to believe that offense happened, he's still going to document your concerns. He's going to document your side. We don't take any one person's side on this.
But
If he has probable cause to believe that it happened, he has to proceed forward with the charge. That's what court's for. That's what court's for. You
Understood.
can argue your case. You can argue all about the parenting rights and everything. Detective Brotherson will put that in his report.
Understood.
Your concerns about that,
Oh,
okay?
okay, I understand if there is a charge, and I'm happy, just like last time, I went to the county jail and I did a book and release. Okay, I did a book and release, and I'm happy to do that again if there's another charge. No one has shown me anything. We all know that Aja Yaya Mama Jadama has a history of using screenshots and taking dates out of them and making it look like I messaged her. There is a long track record of her using messages from even 7 years ago and saying that I sent those messages, and when I didn't. And I'm just sharing this with you guys so we're all on the right side of federal law here. But 42 U.S. 1983 says if there is a reasonable explanation to question a warrant or an order, that anyone who violates that is personally liable in federal court for being sued. And so I'm just simply saying, let's take a moment, let's review that.
No, I'll definitely make note of the fact that you're threatening civil
No, I'm not.
against the department.
I'm not threatening.
Like I said, when there's a violation of the Utah code and it's a DV offense, he has to take action, okay? And he has probable cause to do so.
But what are you using to define that probable cause? You're not using...
He's already explained it, and I've already explained it.
No one has showed me any screenshots.
Are you sick, injured, or suicidal, sir?
No one has showed me any screenshots of the probable cause, so I'm demanding to see that.
Are you sick, injured, or suicidal?
Again, I'm not consenting to this.
Okay. Are you a U.S. citizen?
I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay. Are you sick, injured, or suicidal?
I don't believe I am sick, injured, or suicidal at the moment, but maybe we should have a psychologist come evaluate that.
Well, sir, I'm not going to sit here and hold court with you over the phone, okay? Like I explained to you, he has probable cause for the offense, okay? Court's down the road.
Okay, but
we can bring all this forward. Detective Brotherson is going to document all of your concerns with it. as well as the evidence that she brought forward and the statements she made as well. Okay?
That's still the probable cause. That's still not. You have to take the other side of it. No one has shown me what that probable cause is. Show me. I mean, I'm standing here a free person. No one is showing me text messages of all the violations you're saying I committed. You have to show me that. You can't just say, we think we should arrest you, and here's why. So you have to show me that. And I'm not saying this, I'm not this guy that you guys have painted me out to be, or that someone has painted me out to be.
I'm not painting you out to be anything, sir.
I'm simply...
I'm not painting you out to be anything.
You are, though. You're saying there's several violations when there's not.
You're putting words in my mouth. I did not say that.
You're attempting to have me arrested.
He has probable cause to believe that you committed a violation of protective order, domestic violence offense.
Then you need to show me the probable cause.
No, we don't. We absolutely do not have to show you our entire case to arrest you.
You can't just go up to someone and arrest them based on hearsay. And that's what's happening right now.
It's not hearsay. I'm sorry about that.
Well, no one has shown me a printout.
We're going to come to an agreement on what I believe probable cause is and what you believe is hearsay. So,
Okay, let's take a moment then.
We're not taking any more moments.
Lieutenant Lillenquist, we've got the day is long and the federal rights are real, and I've provided a reasonable explanation in regards to the probable cause. Okay? It's something worth looking into for these two officers' careers.
Brotherson,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
let me speak with you, please.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go down and do a book and release.
Yep.
Well, like he said, we're gonna do the
The
booking side of it. We don't get to say if it's a book and release
Okay.
or not, though. That's up to a judge.
Yep.
Right.
His probable cause statement will go to a judge, he'll decide.
So now I go sit in jail with no bail for a month.
Yeah, sounds good.
Like I said, I can't say that that's what's gonna happen.
So,
Mr. Drummond, at this time, you
Okay.
are under arrest, okay?
I'm just going to share that.
Okay.
I'm allowed to do this
Yep.
as a citizen in the USA. I've made you aware of 42 U.S. 1983. Okay, you guys are. It's just my scribbled notes. You guys are arresting me without showing me any proof of evidence. I'm questioning the validity of this warrant or order in a reasonable way. It's 42 U.S. 1983. You can Google it right on your phone. I'm not an enemy, you guys. I'm doing this for all of us.
I hope I don't seem emotional.
Well, but you're on the wrong side of federal law if you arrest me based on the reasons you're claiming.
I have, and I understand, that's what I think everyone's trying to explain. We can't have court right here. But what I'm telling you I have, and if I'm lying,
Well,
as far as the liability side, if I'm lying, 100% I'm liable. But I'm telling you I have physical evidence, which is probable cause to make this arrest.
then you need to show it to me.
Which I will at trial. But for now, we're going to
Then
jail.
you can't arrest me. You can charge me, and I'll happily
Sir,
go do a book and
let me
release.
put it in a different perspective. Let me say that you, and this is what happens using really extreme terms because they seem to get the point across. Let's say I have a murder case. I'm going to arrest said murderer. Am I supposed to show the murderer the fingerprints, the body, all this before I effect that arrest?
Well, you probably are under the Constitution, but this isn't a murder.
It's not, but it's
We're
crime is
talking
crime.
about a butt dial. We're
When
not
it-
talking about 15 calls.
Now, when it comes to
So
about 12:15.
So again, you guys signed an oath to the Constitution of the United States of
Which if I
America.
break that oath, I understand what you're saying, I'm liable, but I'm telling you I am going to make this arrest.
Okay,
And I
well,
don't want you to
that's-
catch any additional criminal charges. So are you going to fight us if we try to arrest you?
I'm not going to physically fight you, but I do need to inform you of these things, okay? Under the Constitution, if you're going to arrest someone, there has to be a trial and a conviction. There's never been a trial and a conviction of what you're claiming right
Well,
now.
I think what you'll see when we complete this process, I'm going to do what's called a probable cause statement. It gets submitted to a judge to be reviewed. When the judge reviews it, they say, yes, he had probable cause to arrest without a warrant, or he did not, based on these factors, which right now I do have probable cause to arrest the felon arrest.
Well, again, I'm questioning the validity of that. Under 42 U.S. 1983, that says if someone questions the validity of that, then it is a federal crime to arrest them. I would understand if I had made 15 calls. Yep, I get it. I simply saw that it looked like my daughter had called, and so I didn't even call. I sent a message back under my federal parent rights. So you guys, yes, you did. You signed that oath to the Constitution. And listen, the day is very long here, okay? And we've all been victimized by a lot of rough stuff, especially from Aja. We know she was involved in a murder in 2013 that no one wants to talk about, okay? There's been plots against
You're
me.
talking about the one involving the builder?
What's that? Yeah.
From everything I've looked at, he died in a care facility. But I understand what you're saying. I'm
No,
just saying
no,
that's
no,
what we
no,
have.
no, no.
Okay, but
No,
I
that's-
don't want to sidetrack.
No,
us.
that's
Let's
a
get back
different, that's an actual murder that happened in West Valley. Her other brother, or her, stabbed the guy down, her next door neighbor. And although it seemed she was there, her brother got blamed for it, but then 2 years later she got out. And so it seems that she might have actually been the one that stabbed the guy. And I'm the only person who's ever questioned that because of things I experienced in the short time that I was around her. And ever since then, it's been World War III to get me in jail, and then to have someone put a bullet in my head, and then have someone hang me with a bed sheet in jail and make it look like a suicide.
Unfortunately, we do have this protection order, which, as my sergeant explained, I have to enforce because it's a criminal protection order.
Again, I understand if there is a protective order. It was entered illegally. However, that's not just carte blanche to go arrest someone on.
Well, and I've tried to explain as best I can. I've
Okay,
looked it
well-
up. It says per Judge Stone, Judge Schuler, they were both served to you in person. You're aware of those terms. And then the probable cause evidence I have says you broke those terms of that protection order.
There is a difference, though, in that just because someone claims.
But I have evidence showing you made and attempted to make contact with Aja.
But you're saying that I did it multiple times, and that is the.
In violation of the protective order, which was served May 23rd and December 28th. But is there any other federal statute you want me to be aware of before I take you into custody?
Well, yeah. So there is the validity of the order. And I'm reasonably questioning that, and I've provided an explanation.
It doesn't change the fact that the violation occurred.
Go ahead.
Just as, say,
Will you clear me 7399-2 first report, and then will you also change
I
me
run
to a
into
Charlie
you
unit?
at the grocery store, and you say, "Hello, Officer Patterson," and then you leave. Reasonably, most people need to buy groceries. However, you're not supposed to talk to me. You should have just left the store.
Right, but if there was a child involved asking you for help,
I understand why you're
So-
saying you did what you did. However, it doesn't change that the violation occurred.
well, again, it's a reasonable explanation for that. If you're telling me my daughter didn't call me, then that means, yep,
And
absolutely,
the
that was
evidence
a
I've been
butt dial.
provided doesn't say that. It says that you attempted contact, unsolicited.
Well, again, I'm providing a reasonable explanation for why that would have
121,
happened.
if you'll send me 96.
That's an argument for court.
I know, but what you're attempting to do is arrest me without a trial or without a conviction, and that's where it gets on the wrong side of federal law, because I've provided.
How'd you get to the court, Mr. Jordan?
Well, I drove my car.
And what would you like to do with your car?
Well, you guys are going to have someone kill me in jail anyway.
No intention of that, sir.
I know what happens in jail. I know what happens.
I am.
And I'm putting this, I hope the body cameras are running that right
Go
now.
ahead.
Did you just turn it on? Or is it there?
Hotel 936 Delta
Well-
Alpha.
Again, if this were to happen where I do go to jail and I end up unalived or killed in jail, I've notified everyone of 42 U.S. 1983. It would probably lead to the largest wrongful death lawsuit because I'm already raising suspicions that I don't feel like I am safe in jail.
Okay. I can let the jail staff know that. You're welcome to voice that there also.
Okay, and I'm saying I would happily go down and do a book and release. If that means an ankle monitor, then fine, I'll put on an ankle monitor, and then I can be somewhere where I feel safe, at my own house with the ankle monitor on or whatever. But I do not, absolutely do not feel safe in any jail based on the pattern of law enforcement, how this has all come together.
Let's go down there then. You said you're willing to go down there.
To Salt Lake County?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me just make sure I've, again, something else that needs to be noted is that in any of these matters should have been dismissed because the plaintiff has never appeared for any of it. It's always just been, oh, he did this, and then I get cops in jail assigned to me while everyone else ignores everything else. Again, you guys, as law enforcement officers, did sign that oath to the Constitution, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And again, there's the Fifth Amendment, life, liberty, and property. That's me. You're attempting to arrest me without a trial and a conviction, which is on the wrong side of federal law. You're attempting to arrest me in violation of due process. You're attempting to arrest me on hearsay. And again, I've provided a reasonable explanation to question the validity of a warrant or an order in accordance with 42 U.S. 1983 that says that anyone who has signed an oath to the Constitution and violates that is on the wrong side of federal law. Okay, and then
With your,
I didn't see the judge sign the warrant. Did you see the judge sign the warrant?
no,
Okay, then right there. How do you know the clerk didn't sign it? How do you know it's not a forgery?
I have it in the electronic system that we use that says these two judges issued those warrants.
And what were the judges' names?
Andrew Stone and Sandra Pewter.
I've never heard Andrew Stone and Sandra Pewter. P-U-T-E-R.
I have written down P-E-U-T-E-R, but I may have misspelled it.
Okay. P-E-U-T-E-R. So you just acknowledge you didn't see that, so that could be a forgery? A clerk could have done
But I
that?
operate the system off every other protective order violation arrested.
Okay, well, that doesn't mean that couldn't be a forgery. It could very easily be a forgery.
A probable cause means that it's more than likely to have not occurred, which everything I have says it has. But
Well,
let me ask you this, because I'm
Hey, do you want to call
going
for?
in circles, but let me ask you, you came here, drove your car, is your car parked legally, or is it at like a meter?
It's
Well-
parked in the, it's parked.
yeah, it's at the meter, but it's probably
So I've
expired.
never, if it's,
So I
if
have,
he is comfortable with it staying here, can it stay here? Or
Yeah,
what?
control, if it's outside of the building, it's fine.
well, Salt Lake's, I mean, you guys, I'm gonna be in jail for a month with no bail.
Okay, so would you rather we have our city tow truck come and hold it in a facility?
Well, isn't it going to get towed anyway?
It's up to the city. I mean, very rarely do we have vehicles actually towed from here in this building. Because we
Well,
we have free parking underneath and the outside, we very rarely have parking towed. But if it's gonna be longer than 24 hours, I would suggest you have to move.
Oh, okay, so what are the options for having it
Do
moved?
you have someone who can pick it up?
Well, as a favor to the sheriff department, I left the phone in the car, so I don't have the phone on me to call someone who could come pick it up. But I believe if I got the phone out of the car, I could call a brother and he could come pick it up if I left the key in it, which would be helpful.
Well, I don't want to leave the key in it because it'll get stolen, but if you leave the key with me, or we can have him come to the station or meet one of us and give him the key, because I don't want it to get stolen in Salt Lake.
Okay. Well, yeah, there is.
And you don't know this phone number off the top of your head?
Well, let's see. There's West. That's what it should be.
Can we try to call him to see if he's able to come get the car? Like, we'll let you call him.
Yeah. But,
What was the number again?
So when we go, we'll just take you through here, downstairs, and then everybody can go grab your line gas. And just come in through the south, and drive you to the south. So if we go, once you come in through the south,
I turn it on speaker. You can turn it off if you sure.
Easily?
pull up, take the lap, she goes kind of through the south.
Is that the other entrance?
It's the fifth south entrance.
You can come through the fourth south as well. You'll see south.
oh, that's not it.
What do you want, clear site?
Okay. So, what happens with my notes?
They'll be booked with you in jail. They'll put it in
Yeah,
your
you
property.
keep all your paperwork?
So we'll take that with you to jail.
And is there a reason why this cannot be a book and release?
That's not up to us.
Who would?
Problems of cause to make an arrest. They have to do everything they can to make that arrest.
Right, but then what happens when they hold me for a week without a hearing?
So
and a
like I
month
said,
without
that's up to the judge. That's not up to us. So he'll do the probable cause statement. That'll go to the judge. They'll decide if it's a book and release, a promise to appear, or if they're going to.
Well, you said you already had the probable cause statement.
Yeah, that's how I'm making the arrest.
2735 south, 36
Okay,
west.
well,
But we have to send the
White
probable cause
Mercedes
to a judge.
400, no plate.
okay, well, again, I think we need to get a supervisor on the line because
We've already done that.
how probable cause is,
Before I continue this route, what happened with brother? You didn't answer.
it ended up being the wrong number.
Okay.
So I would like the opportunity to call him and have him pick up the car.
Is there another option? Like,
He's old enough to look at it next one.
I prefer not to take a name of the person's report, but I think just in case there's an issue, there's coverage and cameras. I've got a whole team of people that can back you up.
If someone wanted to go to the car, it's just across the street, the phone's in
Is it in Little America side?
no, it's just on the street here, just,
Yeah.
I could give someone the key and if someone's willing to go get the phone. I mean, I did, the sheriff today wanted to hold my phone and wait with me for the whole time, and to save him the hassle, I told him, well, I can put it in the car. So, I mean, I'm not, it's not like I'm trying to be a bad guy. I went out of my way to try and be helpful.
Let's do this for you again. You are being arrested. So I'm going to put you in handcuffs. We're going to go downstairs, and then we'll get an opportunity. We're going to go find your car. We'll let you help us get the phone out. We'll make some calls and try to arrange your car, okay?
Okay, so just, I'll stand up and put my hands behind my back if that's what this is gonna be. But I just wanna write down everybody's name who's here right now. I think I'm allowed to do that. So, first and last names,
Braden Brotherson.
Ayden,
Owen.
Braydon, Brotherson.
Tyson Butterfield.
Tyson. And it sounds like these two are involved in the arrest as well?
Gentlemen, excuse me. Sorry, he just wants first and last names.
Chris Palmer. We've met.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys' patience. No reason to
This is literally my
make it
job.
worse than it needs to be.
Well, I'm just telling everyone that the day is long. There's plenty of time to just pump the brakes and say, because this is putting a lot of people on the wrong side of federal law. Everyone signed an oath to the Constitution, right? To the Constitution of the USA.
Did you want this gentleman also?
Deputy Roy Myers.
Okay. Deputy Roy
Myers.
Myers. Okay.
Let's head out.
Let me
Mr.
put this in. Just
During our entire interaction,
just so you guys know, okay, there is information about Aja Jadama that if I am killed in jail, it is going to come out in very public ways. And that's going to be not good for the West Valley Police or anything. And I'm just sharing this with you because we have the oaths, we have the Constitution. I'm being arrested without a trial and a conviction. I'm being arrested based on ideas of probable cause, which you haven't defined, you haven't showed me anything. And so I'm trying to figure out how that's possible.
Okay, sir, I need you to stand up or chance find your back with me.
Let's go down to the car.
Okay, well,
Stand up. You said you would stand up.
I know, but
But if you resist, you're going to catch an additional charge. We don't want that. We've been more than patient, standing here letting you talk.
and
It's not nothing. I'll just be upfront with you. Nothing you say is going to change what's going to happen today. We're going to arrest you and take you to jail.
right,
Let's
in
stand
violation
up,
of
like you said you
all
were
this.
going to do.
Okay, and we'll stop at my car and I can make some phone calls.
Typically, arrange a pickup for your car. And then when you get to jail, I would suggest taking your phone because they're going to give you an opportunity to write down phone numbers. And then you can make additional calls. Also, they have
All right. Okay. So there's trash here.
Because I've had more.
Can we stand up?
These are the tardy choose.
I've heard your side, Mr. Chairman. I'm just working off a protective order. It's a mandatory arrest, and I've been provided evidence that says I have to make that arrest.
But
And I understand you question all that, but I need you to stand up. Chance find your back.
but you're here. I'm just setting this here. But you're doing it on
Just stand up.
on hearsay.
It's not hearsay. I have evidence.
Oh, okay, but aren't you supposed to show me the evidence?
Hodge has been claiming these things for several weeks now, and just provided us evidence. I haven't arrested you until I've had the evidence because there was no proof.
But I haven't done anything. It's all made up.
That's not the evidence I have.
Okay, but someone could.
And that's what court and everything else for. When I have
I know,
evidence to
but-
make an arrest.
But you're still arresting me with. You can't just go up to someone and arrest them because a few people don't like someone.
When I
And you
have
can't say,
evidence
well,
of a
there's
crime.
enough opinions make probable cause.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I haven't said that once. I have physical evidence, and I have all of this documentation that says protective orders were issued, served. They have restrictions, and that those restrictions were broken, which is a Class A misdemeanor. I
Right,
have to
but,
make
and
an
and
arrest.
I'm saying they're not. I'm saying I didn't do that. So
Which, from
question.
your perspective, I would say a good majority of criminals, for lack of a better word, when they're accused, deny it, which is fine. And I'm not saying don't want to lump you with that, because you're very respectful. But that being said, I still have my evidence that a crime occurred, probable cause, which per this particular statute that was violated, or protective order violations, I have to make an arrest.
Okay.
And you're saying you haven't provided evidence and all this stuff, which is fine. No other suspect has been before until they go to court.
Right, but that's still, just because Utah or West Valley PD has a habit of doing that, that doesn't make it lawful. This
And
isn't.
it sounds like you have every intention of fighting this civilly and federally.
Well, it's an unlawful arrest.
Okay, and if that's true, I've told you I'm willing to accept those, but I don't believe it is. I'm operating off what I have.
So is there a way to ask the judge who signed this that it be, well, the day is long.
No, I need you to stand up and put your hand behind your back because you are under arrest.
Okay, but could we have it adjusted so that it's a book and release? Just
That's
because
not up to
I don't feel safe in jail and I'm saying that?
That's not up to me. I can note all that for you, but I'm not the one who says if you're released or not. That's the judge. And it's not any of these judges. It's whichever judge happens to be working the court, not the court, the jail docket for the day.
Right, sometime this week though. I'm not gonna see a judge I'll be in there a week or more.
I have no idea. To be honest with you, given that it's, what day is today? Tuesday? Most likely you'll see one sooner than later. Had it been the weekend, yeah, you'd probably be in there at least for the weekend.
I mean, I'm not a flight risk, and so there's not a way to put in a request to ask that
No, because I have a protective order violation, and the reason domestic violence laws are written the
you
way
have
they
a
are,
claim of a protective order
with
violation.
evidence,
With claimed evidence.
with
And
as
which
good of
by-
evidence as
by
any other
its-
evidence.
by
out there.
its-
Talking about the same thing over and over. You already said that you were gonna stand up and put your hands behind your back, right?
That's true. Let's go get your phone and your car, okay? And start working on some
Okay,
of
so
this
you're
other
gonna
stuff.
cuff me here, and then we're gonna walk
We're
down.
gonna walk through a court.
Go down to a courtroom, down to court holding, they're gonna go get their car, or at least one of them's gonna go get their car. They're gonna pick you up, they're gonna drive their car around, park behind your car, and then they're gonna work on getting your phone.
Okay, so I still am not consenting to this.
I understand. That doesn't change the fact that I'm telling you you're under arrest.
So I understand, and I've been detained.
You're no longer detained, you're under arrest.
So, okay, so you're saying I'm under arrest for a probable cause,
Yeah, an alleged protective order violation.
alleged protective order violation. I've provided a reasonable explanation why whatever happened. There hasn't been, it seems like a reasonable person would know that and acknowledge, okay, that makes sense. We don't have a criminal here. We don't have a bad guy. We all know butt dials happen. And I provided
And I'm telling you,
the
the evidence I
explanation
provided
for it.
doesn't coincide with what you're telling me.
Right, and so you're saying this evidence doesn't coincide with what I'm telling you, but you're not giving me a chance to look at it and say, okay, well, show me screenshots or something where apparently there was dozens of calls. For all you know, and here's another reasonable explanation, she could have used another phone to spoof my number and call her phone dozens of times.
All things recorded.
No, those are things for right now.
That's not the evidence I have for Mr. Jarman.
Okay.
That's fine, we can keep talking, but at this point, I need you to stand up and put your hands behind your back. You're still welcome to voice everything you're voicing, but you're gonna do
Well,
it.
again, I'm providing,
Stand up.
okay, you can cuff me and I'll sit back down and
Well, we're gonna go down the elevator, and we're gonna start working on, step forward for me a little bit, so.
I'm not consenting to that. I'm not consenting to this, and I provided a reasonable explanation for how any of that happened.
You guys are just one part.
Yeah.
So, may I sit back down?
We're gonna go downstairs.
We're gonna go downstairs.
Yeah, you need to hold me, Lori Brown has my information.
Delta 54, we show maybe 2 o'clock.
You said you don't have any weapons on this trip, sir?
No.
Shouldn't. Should we do a quick pat?
There's just the key is in my pocket.
Follow me.
Delta 54, that's 82 to the point.
Let's check the empty water bottle, okay?
Okay. Again, provided that these are all information that easily could have been spoofed phone numbers, okay? So do we all understand that?
Yeah, but I don't agree that it's reasonable.
But
Let's
she's,
go.
well, why not? She's done that before, and I've provided evidence of that. Let me tell you, even on December 24th, 2018, she filed a call at the West Valley Community.
We're going to go into this courtroom, we're going to take over to the right door is our holding cell door, we're going to go down that area. All right. One of you guys want to go get your car, I'll escort the other. Down.
Is it better to go back the other way?
Yeah, it'd be easier for you, that's probably the fastest way.
Again. So what,
I appreciate your,
what
holding
happens when what she claims is, it turns out that it's all like spoofed phone
We're
numbers to
in
make
route
it look
with
like
one
I
out
was
of Judge
calling.
Welch's area with West
I mean,
Valley.
that's a, well, that's a reasonable explanation. I mean, I'm saying, I'm telling you guys,
You think she knows how to?
I'll stick him in the
People-
hallway.
people do that all the
West Valley
time.
City officers
Yeah,
go get his
like
car.
you could take your phone
I'll meet us in
and
the-
spoof my phone number
the
and call someone and make it look like I called them 1,000 times.
So they're currently loading up us, but they should be out by the time your partner gets back with his car. We'll stop by. There's a little holding cell right here by the main jail holding.
So
And
I have,
I'll give him time to get his car.
I mean, I have provided new evidence. I think it's worth a call to the supervisor to consider this.
All right, step on out. We're gonna go
Trying to
left.
Keep us all on the. Well, we're just gonna do this Where's the other officer?
Let's get the car. As soon as he gets here, we'll.
Move out.
Yeah.
Take a seat.
Just hang out right here for a quick second.
trying to make this is, not a problem for you, less audience.
We were trying to make it a problem for you.
I saw you guys from a mile away, and I was like, this is gonna happen today.
I don't know if you caught that on the radio. West Valley City's going to be moving their line unit through this alley. I believe it's going to be through the north ramp. Will you let us advise when the jail transport gets out?
He has a,
I don't know if you need a, it's gonna be unmarked.
oh, it's unmarked.
Well, our north ramp guy will see it.
Yeah, he's got a long history of being abused at this.
What color is it?
You've seen all of
What colors are unmarked?
white.
North ramp, Myers.
Thank you, sir.
I'll do it.
Yeah, apparently went to the Capitol last Friday and stirred a bunch of people up. It's fires. I was here, I had like a 2.5-hour conversation with him, saying he came here with this sign saying, you know, yeah.
He's been coming down to the police station. He's doing the same thing.
We went to Logan and did it, and then he did the National Guard armory.
North ramp, Myers.
I was on the help to that.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
And Bailey Signer offered it, but I'm like all the way up to his mental health. I can't command.
The West Valley City PD is going to show up in an unmarked white unit, and they will be coming through that ramp area.
Yeah, it's just like
He's definitely stirring up a lot of people.
that's concerning is
West Valley City PD has taken that person into custody in the courtroom. They're going to be bringing their unmarked white colored unit, line unit in to escort this prisoner down in the cell. Just so you know.
and it makes it hard. He's talking. A lot of his cases are kind of coming to a head, like his child custody case, it's PO violations, all of them are kind of pulling together, and it's
And I think it's coming up on the anniversary of the first PO.
yeah, he's so the flip side that make me nervous about having him in the car. That's why I watch him the entire time. I usually have 2 or 3 big guys use.
Okay.
But yes,
What do you get arrested for?
PO violation.
All right.
Yeah, no, I watch very intently your cases as they progress because every time he's in the court, it's always.
Hey, Myers, can I talk to you?
Yeah.
So with the prison, you can leave them outside and let control them anymore.
Hey, I need to talk about training too. You want my video for that I'm going to give the staff? Or do I help by it?
If you want,
I
yeah.
do. I think it's good. I really love the fact that you're reaching out to start to the staff and everything.
I didn't reach out to her.
Or she reached out to you. Did she grab you?
No, so what happened, I'll give you real quick before I go to the straight. We've got the training coming up, and nobody on my wing, on the commissioners wing, had ever talked to the J.
Go ahead.
Commissioners about what are the realities, what's going to happen when the police come in. Don't make yourself a victim because you don't be holding any things in your hands, don't present yourself as a person. And none of them knew that, and I asked each one of them, hardly any of them know about what the red documents are for.
Copy.
I asked them, if there's an adversary going on and you're laying there shot, am I going to stop and help you? They're like, yeah, you're going to know. So here's how you use a tourniquet. We worked on tourniquets. I said, this is how you make an improvised tourniquet. So I showed them videos and slides on how to make improvised tourniquets. I said, you can bleed out in less than a minute. By the time everybody gets, the first people that are shot, by the time everybody gets there, the guys running down the hallway, it's going to be incumbent upon you to save yourselves. You're going to have to put tourniquets on your buddies and your friends because by the time we get done and we can come back around and help and medical comes in, the time has already passed. So it's just that, and it's mindset. It's mindset about, it's also OODA loop.
Yep.
Break the OODA loop, keep yours. It's mindset, it's statistics on how many mass shootings we had last year, how many casualties. It's 30% of all mass shooters are employees, so I bring that up because their thought is it's going to be somebody coming in and going outside.
The numbers don't support it.
No.
If you look at mass shooting attacks on buildings, government buildings, courthouses are extremely rare.
And that's in there too, and I said, look, most of the reason we did it for the commissioners was most of the threats that come into the courts are for the commissioners. But everything that comes in the court is for the court. And I said, we're just not a workplace dynamic where we have to sometimes have a disgruntled employee. We are also the center. U.S. State Supreme Court is here. We are the hub for the judiciary. So we have employees that can get pissed off and come in, but we've got all these outside forces. Yeah, so all that stuff. It's like 60 or 37 slides.
If you're available, stop the little kids, and then the kids expire, putting the old kids out for training. So we'll have them out for training to pull the kid apart, show people what's in the kit, like including the gongs, the training.
And we talked about packing wounds. I said, we don't have any gauze. I said, we've got bleed packs, but if you don't have gauze on them and they have an abdominal wound, paper towels, shirts, whatever you have, start packing the wound, put pressure on it. And then we talked about the pneumothorax injury. I said, we don't have right here available any chest seals, but you can take pieces of plastic if we talked about it. There's no graphic videos or anything at all, because I don't want to offend anyone, but I said, tear up pieces of plastic, and we talked about what you're going to hear and what you're going to look at in there. If they've got an exit entry wound and it's bubbling up with blood in it, seal it,
The commissioners down with me, they were very appreciative of the training, and it kind of fed really nicely what we're doing. And so, kind of want to circle back and start doing so and have you involved in the other training with the rest of the staff, just to have your perspective. I give the same kind of mindset training, but I want to hear from you what can make next better. Yeah, that's my perspective. I can talk about it, but it's been a long time since I've been a firefighter, so I want you guys to say, this is what we're going to expect from us.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Yep. Appreciate it. Good job. I'll see you later.
Thank you.
See ya.
Was that all right, man?
Hey, man.
Work up the reach? We work up the reach?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a slave, man. Don't work your ass off.
Have you ever been in here before?
In here?
Yeah.
I think I have.
So this is our P1 floor?
It's same with the normal staff parking, except this is the secured area, so nobody can get back here unless they're authorized by him.
We have we have a civil salon outside, we can actually come in, we used to, a long time ago before me, we used to do meets in that, if we're gonna do it anymore, because it's not graded, the cell's not graded, but, I mean, we can hold 250 inmates in this section right here, and then fold up the building. It's huge. Yeah.
I didn't realize this was even
Oh yeah.
that big.
Most times when we know there's going to be apprehension or arrest in the courthouse, I prefer them to come down through this section because it's a lot safer for you, a lot safer for the general public. Nobody has to.
Yeah.
Less than the audience.
Makes sense.
Because people tend to act a fool when they got an audience. Judge Holmberg wants to bring his YouTube thing on late night one night.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's what I said.
I've done quite a few little Boy Scout little tours here and there. It's fun.
It is.
You put them in all in the big cell and you say, all right, guys, anybody need to go pee? Go pee. We're all standing around, these little 12-year-olds are like, what? I gotta pee right in front of everybody else?
Whenever I get a chance to talk, they always talk like that. And when you guys talk about the words for everyone in jail, we'll highlight the words somebody else says.
Yeah.
They're like, what? I'm like, oh yeah. How can you go to the bathroom after? I was like, look, man, going to the bathroom for other people is not a problem. The fact that they hand you out there with skivvies and then they wear that, they're like, nope.
When you get an old stain.
I used to work with this badass in the prison. We worked with a supermax unit in the jail. He'd bring his lunchbox, and he'd go and he'd sit his lunchbox right in front of it, just some jerk out of a prisoner, right? And he'd sit down in his chair and he'd just thumbing through the channels, eating his food right in front of the cell, serious there. And they'd sit there and have a conversation. He would just, man, he was so good, just like, well, you know what, you wear other people's underwear, it's all right. I don't. He just said, eat an egg and the guy on. It's like, wow.
I did a couple of things at ADX and Supermax, interview people.
Oh, yeah.
National security cases, yeah. And I went in there, I was briefing, getting ready to go into the briefing. I've done it in interviews before, but the setting was kind of different. And I said, what should I not do? Just don't go to the outside at all. Because it makes me
hurts him.
Oh yeah, it makes me really angry. Because Supermax and Force Colorado, they can see me outside, but it's this little window right here. And from a perspective, all you see is sky everywhere you look. You don't see trees unless a bird flies by. So the guys I'm interviewing are walking these terror cases back east. And we get these leads, and we have to, which I was in Colorado Springs, so I had to drive all the way down to Florida to do these interviews. And every time I'm like, all right, well, how do you pull off guys in 23 hours and 59 minutes of solitary confinement? You don't. You just get in there and get right to work. You say, okay, I'm not going to do a report with you. I'm not going to feel good about what's happening here. I need to know the following information. You're required by your pre-sentence agreement to document this, and that's it. So you can't punish them any further.
Right, yeah, it's max.
And some guys are going, shit, I can get you a snack or something. What would you like? You do that? Oh yeah. That's good. Oh yeah. That's cool. My partner and I worked on a case one time. We needed a list of names, and we just needed to for this. This guy was associated with terror. Might have been involved in the first line shake. I'm interviewing this dude. Like, what would you want? More like a little. And all they need to have nothing.
I got to tell you a story about a breakfast burrito.
Same thing. I had a dude that I confessed to murder for a pizza. I remember your dreams anyway. This guy was, and all I could get was the Christmas tree. I'm like, this is pussy. I don't want a Christmas tree.
Yeah, so I'm going to beat this up, and then I'm going to see if I can get my
There was a bunch of good news for us.
Before I take you up.
We took a guilty plea on a murder charge in the Utah State Prison. Guy murdered his son. And you take the plea if the prosecutor bought him a breakfast burrito and a Coke. And the prosecutor
let's see if the judge is okay with it.
And then I've had that come up before in a trial.
And so the judge was like, sure, go buy the Coke, buy the burrito.
Are you able to?
So,
No, I was gonna drop it, and then I was gonna give you an answer.
did you guys see a white line unit unmarked out there waiting?
What?
A white unmarked line unit out there waiting?
Waiting?
Yeah. See it was the salad?
I don't think so.
I don't remember seeing anything.
Yeah, I recall. Better, I guess we have to. Yeah, that's come up before in trial for Narcissus. We used to have a rule like that.
Yeah, that's what the last time.
Yeah.
I did not. Go ahead. Yeah, copy, thank you. All right, come on back out.
Like the worst time ever.
Jesus Christ, that's why you gave them preference. Prison's more important, I guess.
Thank you guys. Thanks for your patience.
Oh, yeah. Yes, founded this country.
Right here.
Yeah, everything else illegal on you? It's got her needles and whatnot.
Not that I know of. I didn't have anything illegal.
Okay. You some text.
That's what I want.
If your brother doesn't answer, is there another alternative?
Yeah, there's a couple calls I can make.
Where's your brother live?
Just in Salt Lake. Should be.
Okay.
So I would like to add, I don't think you were here, and I think this might be worth another call to a supervisor. Is that Aja is known to use screenshots and doctor them in ways that would make it look like someone else did something. So because of cell phone spoofing, it would be very easy. And just as a friend and a brother, I'm saying that it would be very easy for her to abuse, say, her boyfriend's phone, and to spoof my number and then call her phone again and again to make it look like it was me. This is something that happens to people do, and so I'm just offering a reasonable explanation that as part of 42 U.S. 1982, as a reasonable explanation for how this deception could have happened. The West Side Police Department could have been deceived. Especially because it's been done before. So, she's done this before.
Yeah. The message
If I had to sit on it, there's some cups just a little bit.
they're as loose as I can make them. You got pretty big wrists.
Well, let me slide it on.
I'll scoot this back as best I can. As good as you can get. Try to lean it back. It's better than a patrol car, I'll tell you that.
That's my radio.
Where's your car parked, sir?
So I lost my direction, but the street that is south of the courthouse.
That would be the safest way, so you don't have to back in. So I would just go straight out, go east on 400, south on State, west on 6. You know, there's usually